So, let's discuss the MURMUR fusion rifle. It's something that you get from Eris Morn. She's in the tower now that the Dark Below expansion has come out. You can go up to her. She's going to give you 3 missions. The first mission that she gives you will start the chain of missions that will get you the MURMUR. She does in fact give it to you. You finish 3 missions on Earth, then you come back to her, and she hands it to you. Now, the MURMUR fusion rifle can do 2 elements, solar and arc. As you can see, solar and arc both have different stats. I don't have my fully leveled up yet, but that's fine. You get to see what it can do. It'll give you additional slide, grenader, along with agility and enhanced battery. Enhanced battery is really the only thing to pick. Agility is a waste of your time, and that's it. Where I see this weapon shining is most likely in, let's see, maybe strikes and possibly the raid, where you have to deal with hive enemies wearing different shields. I took this out into the field to see where it really worked, and I'm going to show you coming up. So after taking this out in the field and seeing what I think about it, I found it to be quite handy for PvE. I tried it in PvE, tried it in PvP to see where it really works, and just PvE, it looks good, sounds good, and it works pretty good. I haven't got it fully maxed out yet, but all you're really getting extra is slide distance, which I don't really see that helping much. I mean, maybe if you want to take it to PvP and try to slide under people with a fusion rifle, I wouldn't suggest that. I'd leave the slide into the shotgunners. But in PvE, it puts a good amount of shots on the target. It's not too bad, but the thing that makes it good in PvE and not in PvP is the fact that it just doesn't have the balance or the stability to stand up in PvP, which is really what you need on a fusion rifle. But so far in PvP, I would say the ability to switch elements makes it amazing. You know, and that's really just the reason to have it in PvP and PvE, and it does decent enough damage, and once you max it out, it'll do more damage than a normal legendary. So that's another bonus. So I look at this weapon so far as just like strictly a PvE weapon, in my opinion, because even though in PvP you know you can up the range and the impact, it just doesn't have the right stability to stand up against anything else. Because I know the Light Beware has perfect balance on it. So does the fucking Plan C. And the Plan C also has smart drift control. And I'm going to discuss that later and why it's so important to have stability on a fusion rifle for PvP. Because if you don't have it, well then you're just stuck with something that you can't use as far as PvP goes. But in PvE, you can just aim low, spray a guy. The targets are a lot bigger, and they're not really moving too much. In PvP, people are moving around a lot. You got to catch them slipping or catch them off guard. And the fact of the matter is, you can't stand up to the old PvP staples like the Soros regime, the Plan C, the Invective, the Found Verdict. You're gonna find yourself losing the shotguns a lot. You're gonna find yourself losing the hand cannons a lot. You're gonna find yourself losing the auto rifles up close a lot. One of the problems you're gonna run into the most is the fact that this game is quite laggy, and because of that, well, fusion rifles, other than the most elite of fusion rifles, have pretty much been nerfed because of it. You're just not gonna land the shots that you need to land in PvE. I mean, in PvP for it to matter. But in PvP, you got a lot more time. You can line up your shots a little better. You know what kind of enemies you're dealing with. You can switch your weapon around. You can change from arc to solar to deal with different types of enemies and different types of burns and different types of shields, which is amazing. But in PvP, it just doesn't work that way. You got to catch guys from behind. You got to catch them while they're in a fight. They can't be facing you, or it's probably over. Oh, and one more thing, I want to touch on the cool factor. This gun looks really cool. The MURMUR looks really cool, sounds really cool, and I paired it with the Thorn because together they just look amazing. But this isn't a gun you want to take into PvP. If you got the Light Beware, or you got the Iron Banner fusion rifle, which is actually pretty good, and mine has perfect balance on it, so I can up the stability so that I can actually kill people. Because if you don't have the right amount of stability on a fusion rifle, you're just not going to connect. That's just what it is. For all of you wondering what happens with your fusion rifle when you don't connect, it's a combination of stability and lag. And so since the lag is kind of bad in these games, and unless you get into a lobby that's just lag free, expect to miss a lot of your fusion rifle shots. And this ain't really the fusion rifle to make up for it. So the Murmur's worth keeping as far as PvE. I'd say level it all the way up and use it in nightfalls and whatnot. But as far as PvP, forget it. That's all. Like, comment, give a thumbs up. If you don't give a thumbs down, I'll catch you motherfuckers later.